Greetings, fellow beings. Ho-ho! It's a marvelous Monday. Magical Monday. It's a midnight's edge in the morning Monday. It's a my goodness is Doctor Who in trouble Monday. And it is a Planet of the Apes Monday. It's a interesting box office Monday. And it looks like Rumble failed. I wonder why. For those of you on Rumble, it looks like the stream failed. I don't know why. That's not good, and I can't fix it. Need to figure that out. All right, guys, sorry about that. Let's say hi to each and every one of you. We got Low Spec Linux Laptop in the house. We got Lord Thoth out there from Canada. We got M&M Fish. Good morning. Good Monday morning. We've got Morgan King out there. Great to see you, my friend. Jeff Pearson is over on Rumble, which is a failure. Did not work. LDG Pickles, morning to you. We've got Evil Ramen out there as well. Penny. And Bill Chapman, I'm glad you enjoyed the film. Like you said, 7.5. It was a movie, and I'm glad you enjoyed it. I really am. I hope that you get a chance to follow up on the second and third movie of that particular trilogy. We've got so many stories out there to talk about. Let me tell you, Jonathan Conroy, good morning to you. Happy Monday. Cynthia Carter, hello. Comment for the algorithm. I'm off to the store. Enjoy the store. And do watch the replay, and thank you. Dr. Megatron, how's it going? John Gibson, happy Monday to you. 11 Alpha, good morning. That's right. Stitch is in the house. What's going on? We've got Empress NM. I thought Master Blaster ran the show. Whoa, you have no idea. No idea. Membership stream was fantastic. For those of you who are members, the stream is still live for you. You could go check it out. We are gonna start moving live content to the new archive channel at some point in the future here, probably in mid-June, 1st of July. We'll have a new archive channel, and that's where all the live streams and other things will go, with the exception of the member streams, which will stay here on YouTube. My own website's going to be launching soon, along with some very exclusive merchandise outside of the beachpunk.us site. So lots of great things happening here. We've got me and my monkey. We've got Hoove in the house. You took Ruby Hoove to see Beatles tribute band. Rain. Wow, cool. These lads put on a great show. That's awesome to hear. I really hope you enjoyed it. Scott Cook, how's it going, my friend? My friend, the lovely Sherry. Greetings, dear. I hope you had a lovely Mother's Day. Archie Mitchell's in the house. What's going on? D-Bud Martin's out there wrenching away. And Sci-Fi Mombi, how's it going? Animation Critics here almost every day. Great to see you. And William King, chin up. Things out and watch for the shoe. That's right. I'm glad you guys got to see the little throwback there to that exchange with Wilton the Troll. Andy Masterson, the most talented man I know, here today. Good morning, Ruby Hoove. I hope you had a lovely Mother's Day. Sounds like you did. We got John Gibson out there. Good to see you. Dave Sargent, how's it? Sorry about the Rumble failure. I do not know what happened. James Dosher will be in and out, working on my third 3,000-word day. Congratulations. Keep it up. Keep writing, my friend. The Gaming Dude, what's up? And is this live for Canadian 5? Says, you could say this Monday is bananas. It is B-A-N-A-N-A-S. Go. bananas. And remember, folks, you can chat up and vote up the super chats with the thumbs up button in the chat itself here on YouTube. And for those of you on Twitter, good morning, my friends. Yes, you can use the chat. I can actually see the chat on Twitter now, which is amazing. One of the best memers out there. Core member 123. What's up, core member? Tim Hayes, thanks for commenting on the member stream video. Yeah, sometimes can't make it to him. Tina BB is here. Vision is still wonky, but mood is good. I'm so glad. I keep praying for you, dear. Tastier back in the 80s is in the house. We got a very generous gift here. Let me scroll down to it. Hey, John Gibson. Closed captioning being off on my streams. I don't know. They shouldn't be. I have that automatically enabled. That could be a YouTube thing. I'll double check. It should be automatically enabled on everything. Yeah, I don't limit it. That's strange. I will, and I didn't see the message, so I'm sorry, Dr. Megatron. Let's see. SFX F314 Sabertooth Raptor. We got Captain Krusty Heart. Look at all these great people. Last call with Troy. What's up, Troy? You doing good, buddy? Thanks for your support. Daniel G is in the house. What's up, Daniel G? Butter Biscuit. What's up, Butter Biscuit? I think I'm going to do a Rumble exclusive show here in the future. But here's the generosity, ladies and gentlemen. From Ruby Hoove, we get 5 Culture Casino memberships. Thank you so very much. And I'm sure the 5 people who got those, thank you as well. Amazing generosity here. Morning all. Did CC remember to plug Beach Punk? I think I did. Thank you, Chris Bursa. You're amazing. Dave G Sound. Oh my gosh, we've gone way over on the intros. Let's get to the show. Here we go. We're still going to have bonus time, so I can still say hi to you. Like, Cyrano. Salt. Zilla. There is an ape behind me. That's true. John Cipolla, what's going on, my friend? Hail, Mr. Shirt. Just another red shirt. One of the wrenches here. Dylan Soup. Randall Orser, another Canadian. Good to see you. Hey, Jason Webster. We had a weird start to the week. I'll say that, Jason. All right, 6 minutes starts now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are and whenever you're watching. Thanks for checking out the 6 Minute Daily. We have much to talk about. Not a lot of time to do it in, and it all starts with Fox. That's right. CEO Rob Wade says that the network, Fox Network, is unburdened by the challenges of an SVOD P&L. What's that translate to? Well, what it translates to is the fact that they don't have to worry about streaming. Streaming is a massive burden, and it's an unproductive one, and also a largely unprofitable one. And it's going to be hard to manage it going forward because now, even if you do make a profit, you have to manage the churn. And as the prices increase and the invasion of ads hits everybody, people are going to start opting out. So you'll have fewer customers, and they'll go back to linear options because they're cheaper. You don't have to have a bunch of streaming things. So, yeah, I think CEO Rob Wade is, on point. Speaking of on point, they've decided to actually have scripted dramas, amongst other scripted shows. So you got all kinds of things, including this new Hawaii show where, they're going to have beach and sea rescues. Lots of things coming in the future for Fox. The Australian courts have sided with Elon Musk and, the little bit of freedom of speech that was attempted to be suppressed by a judge there in Australia. They get it back and be able to freely take a look at some video clips that the Australian government doesn't want you to realize are out there because they don't send the right message. Yeah. Mike Tyson seems to be drawing concerns from his boxing peers because of his upcoming fight with Jake Paul. I'm not quite sure if you've seen any of his recent footwork and workouts and things like that. I think this is a bit of an overreaction, but friends are always careful and worried about their friends. So maybe it's not unearned, but I don't know. I kind of think Tyson's going to wreck this Paul kid. Box office, the headline of the day. That's right. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes climbs to number one easily. That was funny headline, right? With $56 million debut. Except, while being rather impressive for recent films, I'm not so optimistic that this will actually make a profit based on the budget. Might. Could break even, could get a profit, but I have to see what the fall off is for two, especially weekend two. But at least China loves Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. It's on top of the weekend chart over there. And this is the third Hollywood movie of 2024 to debut in the top spot because, well, we haven't had a lot to offer that gets past their massive censorship. So congratulations to this former Fox property now controlled by Dismal Disney. Francis Ford Coppola's Megalopolis is selling to major international buyers before it even premieres at Cannes. Why? Well, because he's got a pretty good reputation for films, and this has been his passion forever. This is a passion project that he's been working on forever, and he even threw his own money in on it. So if he recovers his own money, I think he's going to be happy. But if he makes money on top of that, I think he'll be thrilled. Moving on, we've got Doctor Who premiering. That's right, a 2-episode launch was largely met with jeers everywhere except for the shill media, who continue to shill with excuses for its poor performance. How poor? Well, Space Babies was watched by 2.6 million viewers, and The Devil's Cord, 2.4. It fell off 200,000 people. So these are the overnight figures, of course, but they're indicative of what to expect. And guess what? They're blaming the weather. The weather. Good English weather. Really? America's Funniest Home Videos are back up at ABC for season 35 on a show that was replaced by YouTube 20-some years ago. I'm not sure why they keep upping this. We've got Roaring Kitty back in action. Meme stocks are roaring back to life. And GameStop jumped 40%. Holy cow. U.S. interest rates are going to stay high because the Fed doesn't want you to have anything good in your life at all. You've got, Senator Bob Menendez arriving at a federal courthouse for the second set of bribery trials he's ever been involved in. You've got a software company called Squarespace that does a lot of websites that really looks to go private in a $6.9 billion deal. Apple is, guilty of taking itself out as the Maryland employees at their store decide to authorize strike conditions. Yay. Amazon's self-driving robo-taxi Zoox is under investigation now for 2 rear-end crashes. And they're really still trying to push these Chinese EVs, which, as we know, if we pay attention, are complete garbage, fall apart quickly, and have often been seen in fires. And finally, a man, Ohio man, rescues a water slide from defunct theme park in Ohio. That's right, he put his own money into it and his own efforts to save the original slide, which had been put in place back in 1945. And on that note, I'm out of time. I'm out of stories, but I'm not out of here. Apparently, though, I'm not anywhere on Rumble, so bummer. But we're going to stick around because bonus time! Hi, everybody, it's bonus time. And there you are. We've got some interesting commentary on this Doctor Who thing. It's only going to get worse. I'm working on getting a video out later today covering this. I'm calling it Doctor Who's Disney Death Rattle. I think that'll be fun. And yeah, should be a good time. Rumble completely failed today. I'm very bummed out. I'm not even going to try. That really bums me out, folks. Super bummer. Oh, well. What else is happening? We've got lots of folks out here. Captain Krusty Yard says, Doctor Who? A kid's show gone wrong. Well, the campiness and the fun of the show was great. It really was. This RSA England has never had bad weather before. No. Yeah, they have lots of excuses, no solutions because they've dipped their toes into something they can't seem to pull out of. The quicksand of the woke mind virus. Not good. Not good. Follow the Bradley's Fun. Check out Follow the Bradley's Fun's channel. I've never seen a single episode of Doctor Who. Not any iteration of it. Oh, no. Speaking of quicksand, well done, Ruby Hoove. I think you beat me to it. Yeah. Doctor, what the heck? Hoove says, Doctor Who lost me at Whitaker. Yeah. But I'm sorry, 2.6, having a 200,000 people drop off from episode 1 to 2 because they drop on the same day is indicative of the massive problems that they have. Look, I have friends that still like the show, right? I mean, Dan still likes the show and a few others that, I've been on their channels. I don't know why. There's nothing positive about it, And there are a lot of people that just never were a fan of it. I get that, Tom. I get it. Yeah. And look, I have the same sentiment. I mean, after Capaldi, I was like, nah. Yeah. Follow the Bradley's Fun reminds us that in 1997, Mike Tyson bit off an ear. And in 2024, on the 28th of 2024, Tiana's Bayou Adventure opens. Coincidence. Oh, that's so funny. So you're saying there's a correlation 30 years later or whatever, or 35 years later, or 25, excuse me. My math is bad. Somebody check me on that, but that's funny as heck. Oh, goodness gracious. Animation Critic says you should give Kick a shot because it's actually quite good from the times I'd been on it. The Common Nerd live streams. I'll have to check it out. I know that Tabitha streams to Kick. I think a few other folks. Tugs, Steph, many others. Nearsighted Cyclops. It's Nurse What Now, CC. Oh, it's true. Oh yeah, the pre Capaldi stuff. Yeah, oh indeed. Yeah, I like the campiness of it all. Again, it was a kid's show, but I'm just not surprised. I really am not. Olaf, our European representation this morning, says Doctor Who Cares, quit after Chin Balls, yeah, and Dr. Karen. Yeah. Timeless Child killed it for me. I think it killed it for anybody who was a fan previously. People were hoping it would turn around. It didn't. And look, they're going to try to massage these numbers, go as long as they can before they put them out and say, look, it did okay over this giant 7-day window. It was okay. Some people watched it. Really? No, I did not watch it. I told everybody I was not going to watch it. This is the first season of Disney Doctor Who. I ain't watching it. I already know what to expect. More identitarian politics. No, thank you. No, thank you. Hillis Mallory says, lost me at I've had an upgrade. Yeah. Randall dipped out halfway through Capaldi. Really? I think the writing failed. I think that's what happened. You guys are funny. Loving it. All right, we got a comment. $5 super chat. Thank you. La Bonita Graphics, AI Fashion, and Pop Culture. Awesome. Says, so Doctor Who is complaining because the fans did what the star of the show told them to do. Go out and touch grass. Actually, some of my friends actually did that and posted a picture on their social media. Go out and touch grass if you don't like the show. Well, I think everybody did. Well, it's fabulous weather. No, it's because you told them to GTFO. That's right. Since we don't curse in the morning. Thank you for the super chat, La Bonita. We've got Dice Media Group saying Doctor requires a character that is that is a professor a bit and a person that can do that. You doesn't need a character that you can't show to 12-year-old kids in prime time. Yeah, true story. Yeah, crazy. I'm crazy, crazy for feeling so lonely. Jason Webster says financial projections were that 2024 was going to see Hollywood studios earn $1 billion less than 2023. It looks as though it will meet that projection. How about I suggest it'll be lower than that? They'll earn even less. It's going to be more than $1 billion less, I guess, is the way to respond to that. But what's up, Cavatanio Cavalryman Che? Good to see you. TZ Burton. Yeah, I don't know what happened, TZ Burton, but Rumble failed to start today, so I'll have to look into that. Yeah. CC, if the Beeps uses their typical tactics of measuring metrics over the iPlayer, they will force viewers to refresh, which will count as a view. And anything over 35 seconds is included as a view. Yeah, I strongly suspect, and this is the other problem that I have with the way their shows are measured. Some people turn it on and it just stays on all day. Oh, they definitely lost all their good writers. I don't know what happened. Like I said, I mean, seriously, that really short engagement was odd there with Capaldi. And it is possible that Ncuti Gatwa will be the least tenured Doctor Who. It's quite possible. Spirian! What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Al Tiori said about Doctor Who, writing could be better if AI wrote it. Holy cow, that is strong. Strong take. This is a solid take, Dice. Dice says, and I agree. Like to make a point also that when Capaldi took the helm, there was a worldwide press event. There were lots of other associated events. Disney forgets how to be a studio that loves fans. Oh, that's putting it mildly, my friend, but you're 100% right. Is Matt G in the house? Yes! Matt G! What's up? Yeah, I think I'm caught up. You guys, I have to tell you, you can hit the like button on Super Chats, and that is amazing. Counts as engagement for me and for them. So cool stuff. Sci-Fi Mombi, I hope you have an incredible day. Black Saber, the Shark of Paper. Bonus time. I made it. Yes, you did. How come you guys didn't use my quoted retweet? Huh? Oh my gosh, the articles in Bleeding Fool right now are fire. You guys need to go check out Bleeding Fool as opposed to Bleeding Cool, which is anything but. So Bleeding Fool, go check it out. Great articles over there. Kresha, good morning. Thanks for being here. Thanatos Felicitas says, Culture Casino max headroom is now true and is 15 minutes ago. True story. Man, I loved Max Headroom, right? Unfortunately, Doctor Who has become so bad recently, it should be titled Doctor Pooh. That's right. And I'm with you, Mr. Shirt. Capaldi was robbed. Yep, indeed. What else is going on? Let's see. Lots of good stuff. But look, even the Financial Times is in full spin mode. And admits there's indirectly admits there's a problem. You know them. It's bad. USSR bot says, got caught up playing Vampire Survivors and almost missed it. Well, I'm glad you're here. Found out Ghost of Tsushima is available on Epic Games Store too, but they still have PSN stipulation. Yeah, I think Sony's going to die on the wrong hill. I think this, for all its silliness, Xbox is going to be unnecessary, defunct, whatever term you want to throw at it. So it is what it is. Donut Lord. As huge of a Planet Apes fan, I wish they wouldn't do 9 movies. I got behind. LOL. Yeah, I mean, we're on movie 4 of 9. There's 5 more of these puppies coming. If they stick to the plan. We'll see if this movie makes money. I don't know that it will. I really don't. I'm now on the fence that this thing will break even. DJ Ronnie G. I gotta watch a video about Uranus after this. I mispronounced it on purpose, folks. Thank you, Hillis Mallory, for being here. I have to actually work for a living. Sucks. I know. Me too. Actually, I retired. My work now is YouTube, which means I got stuff to do when we finish up here. Oh, my goodness. Let's see. Can I set a redirect for Midnight's Edge in the morning? So when we finish here, we'll head over there. That seems fair and fun. Because, hey, it's always a good time. We're having a good time. We're having a good time. Whoa. We're having a good time, yeah. Oh. Did you guys see the show I did yesterday afternoon or evening? Whatever time it was, where you was? That was a good time. Very, very good time. Late night culture was not so late, but it was a lot of fun, and it was a good Mother's Day. So that's important. Jay Hark. It's Casino of the Cultured Kind. Thank you. Should be better than the casino scene in Disney Star Wars. It wouldn't be hard to be better than the scene on Canto Bight. What a great name. Canto Bight. And Broom Boy. That went nowhere. Jason Webster. I think Tom may have news on this. I will ask, but I haven't heard anything, and they're in no rush. But I did see a Steelbox art item. I don't know if it was authentic or not. If memory serves, and again, I'm getting pretty old, so not much of a memory. Oh, Ruby Hoove, I'm so very sorry. Please take care of that migraine. I understand that fully. And this time of year, I'm always on the verge of one because of the barometric shifts that occur. So please have a good day, Ruby Hoove. Early night culture. That's it, right? Exactly. Yeah. Well, it paid off. Mother's Day. If you buy an IP, let's say you're going to pay for comic book $30K, you better have $250K behind that for marketing, production. The $30K you you targets the audience that you bought. That's true. You gotta put all of it into the thing you're making. Plenty of effort behind it. Me and my monkey says, because of my other life, starts on Friday. I miss weekend streams. Yeah. Rob, what's up, Rob Altus? Apes has been out as of the 8th in Taiwan. Not much buzz. Too busy to see it yet. Wow. All right. Well, let me know, Rob. If you do get to see it. I mean, it's a 7.5 out of 10 movie. I'm going to stick by my review. Although my opinion may have dwindled a bit since. So, you guys are amazing. Hey, what's up, John Gibson? Me Too culture, what did I do? What did I do? All right, what do we got going on? Anything else? Anything else? I know that in less than an hour, it's Midnight's Edge in the morning. We are definitely going to be talking about the box office. We're going to be talking about Doctor Who in depth, right? I'll be talking about several other things. We've got a lot going on. Yeah, barometric headaches. Yeah, I get them. Pressure changes just mess me up. Like, I love outdoor activities like, surfing, boogie boarding, snorkeling, scuba diving. Then I like the other extreme, snowboarding, so on and so forth. So, there are times when especially when I go to snowboard or whatever, where the actual combination of barometric pressure shifts plus elevation wrecks me, and I'll have a whole day of just like full body hurt. It's mostly my head, but everything else is like sore. And then after that, I'll recover like a day later or whatever. And then when I head back down the mountain, it happens to like affect me a little bit, but eventually I feel way better than I did when I was at elevation. So sometimes I get completely wrecked just by a over 6-hour plane flight will destroy me. So it's weird. So Apes is good, but not great. It's slightly above average. There's definitely messaging in there. It is impossible to miss at the end, but it's not in your face. Again, it's not a bad movie. It's just, and it is too long. There's a lot of stuff you could cut out. I don't know if filmmakers know how to do that anymore, because there's a lot of unnecessary shots in the film that just stretch it out, which it didn't need. And it's not like you can enjoy a lovely soundtrack or score. A lot of the themes are absent that should be in a normal score. So it is what it is. Well, that's a ringing endorsement. Look, Bob Chapin here saw it and enjoyed it. Or excuse me, not Bob. Bill Chapin here saw it and enjoyed it, and I think that's great. I mean, it's not a terrible film. It just isn't. I can't harshly criticize it. I can just recognize what it is. Hey, what's up, Luis? Good to see you. Oh, yeah, bloody noses. When I was a kid, man, that stuff happened to me all the time. All the time. Still waiting for the Simpsons musical version of Planet of the Apes. That'd be interesting, right? I think it would be. Oh yeah, I believe me, I get it. Especially in Kansas, where you can have massive barometric shifts inside of just a few hours. It can be a mess. Hey, Anthony Jacobs, welcome. Good to see you. Tastier back in the 80s says, I don't think Hollywood knows how to do anything anymore. Well, okay, so they made a real effort with The Fall Guy. It could have been its own like Barbie kind of movie, but they didn't put any money behind it. So never saw your reaction to Disney being bought by a new contender that just bought over 20,000 shares of Disney on the 105 mark. Don't know. A lot of billionaires are getting interested in shifting the culture back to one that makes sense, one that is more business oriented. You know, fiduciary responsibility is key. I think my reaction would be, let's see what comes of it. Because remember, you have other players involved now that are interested. Bill Ackman sounds interested. Obviously, Elon is interested. I imagine that there's a few others out there that are also activist investors like Peltz that can shift things dramatically if they want to. Ackman's been making too much sense recently to not be intrigued or interested in moving things back. And I think once he realizes just how problematic some of Disney's political stances are, and I think he already realizes them. He came out and talked about it. I think that he'll get involved. Look, there's 7-8 people that could really flip the switch on Disney if they wanted to. And a lot of them are already going after the baloney sausage of ESG and critical race theory and Bridge now, renamed stuff, and all that other DEI garbage. They're going after it all. And because they recognize this is, not good business. It's very, very bad. We need people. We need people to prosper so we can prosper. AI and robots aren't going to solve every problem. So. SFX F314 Sabretooth Raptor. Would you have liked to have a live-action Star Wars Shadows of the Empire movie or miniseries if the right people were in charge? Of course I would. I tell you what, I can't remember the name of the show, but Lucas had a really cool, gritty Empire, underground story, right? The criminal underground story ready to go. I think it was based in Coruscant. Could be wrong, but I think so. Jason Webster says, what culture, I'm familiar with the channel, released a YouTube video on what of the remaining films will underperform or downright bomb? It was long. That's many movies they believe will tank. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I could go through and do my own list of things that have not done well and won't. Right? I mean, there were 5 films this year Disney had a chance to make money on. Apes is one of them. The only way I think that it makes money in any significant amount is if it has long, long legs. I mean, I think South Korea didn't have it in the number 1 spot. China did, but South Korea didn't. It's already. I mean, the piracy sites already have it in abundance, and the Garfield movie's already out in those places. So when, the 24th comes around for Garfield, do you think there's going to be a big audience for that? No, not here in the States. It's going to be driven by the international market. Apes right now is driven by the international market, largely China at the moment. And those things are substantially different. So, yeah, actually, Q2Cast TV, my friend, I talked about that last night on the early version of the late night culture for Mother's Day. So, yeah. Hey, Misty Girl 42 says, bit off topic, but I've love to see Elon buy Games Workshop and make Warhammer great again. Well, I mean, if anybody could, he could. I don't know. I don't know what would happen. I know this, and I haven't confirmed it yet, but it was reported by some that Cavill had walked away from his show. I'll try to confirm that today. It wasn't on Coruscant? Huh. You remember where it was? Grant? I don't. Buttered Coruscant instead of croissant. Oh, yeah, 1313. Thank you. Brilliant. Well done. Well done. Yep, Coruscant show. Yep. Thank you. Iodine 74. If the Apes movie was 90 minutes, you were 100% right, Grant. 100% right. Grant's brilliant. You should check out Grant's channel. He's got 1 billion subs or something. Donut Lord says, Culture, you're forgetting one thing. Kids. And kids mean families with filled seats. Just saying. No, you're 100% right. I ain't forgetting kids, but Disney sure did. Disney sure did. And the problem is that, Disney's so short-sighted for the short-term profit bump of the Disney lifestylers. But if they don't engage children, if the kids aren't engaged in your items, projects, your anything, there's no future generations going forward. Disney's destroying future generations of fans. The opportunity to have all those eyeballs. That's bad. That's bad. Walter Tomazuski asks a brilliant question. I do want, some commentary on this as well. What do you do with Paramount? Shari can't seem to sell it. Well, not on her terms. Not on her terms. And that's going to be its own thing, right? What do you do with it when you have it, too? I mean, do you piece it out and go corporate raider on it, turn their IPs into, items for sale in a retail shop? I don't know. I think that's a bad idea. There's a storied history there. And there's a huge catalog of IP. I mean, reportedly, I think Tom talked about this last night. Oh, no, it was Jason from Sci-Fi from ETV that Warner Brothers really just wants Star Trek. I can't blame them. Maybe some of the linear network stuff. I don't know. But can't blame them. Hey, Jason Dugdale says, do you think kids of today can say in 40 years' time that movies were the best time for movies right now? Like I can say the 80s was the best time for movies, or am I being too controversial? That's not controversial at all, Jason. I don't think they'll be able to. Obviously, from the manner of your question, you don't either, or at least that's how I'm taking the tone. And I would say that, no, nobody's going to be able to say that. If you look back in time from the beginning of cinema to now, things have gotten worse since about 2011. And it really started to fall apart. If you want to put your finger on something with the Chick Ghostbuster film, although it had already had some other struggles along the way. And the minute that movies started to become super preachy rather than entertaining, that was the beginning of the end. When comic books started falling apart, games started their decline. You have these massive game studios, and nobody knows how to manage them because they don't have any of the talent. They pushed all the talent out. The people who, had owned those studios and sold out to, the man, became the men themselves and further destroyed it. There's nothing out there that's going to be extraordinary. There will be accidental extraordinary. There'll be the occasional auteur film that squeaks through the cracks. But, yeah, I don't think any... Point to a great movie. I mean, even Dune and Dune 2 have massive flaws, especially the second one when they completely shift from the adaptation to completely new creation in the third act of Dune 2. Now, what do you do with the third film, Dune Messiah? What do you do? Right? There's no room to work from the original adaptation because you've alienated Sean. My brain just broke. Chani from the Messiah at that point, right? Atreides. I don't know. Guys are still making fun of that. And you know what, Black Saber, you're right. Vin Diesel never forgot about family. There you go. Luis Messina is looking at the bright side. The silver lining. If 40K is going down, there's a chance of it being affordable if it hits Ollie's. That's right. Or Five Below. Planet of the Pandas. That sounds interesting. Well, Anthony Jacobs, you're more on point than probably the majority of the audience even knows. I don't think that the modern normies in the film-going audience even recognize that they have a level of disdain for Disney now. When you see the polling that was released, that I've been talking about now for over a week, that 70% of the people that, are Disney consumers do not like the direction of the company. They're walking away left and right. It's sad. Yeah, if you want to hit big in China, well, just make sure that China is the dominant civilization on the planet and go from there. That's right, Evo Ramen. Mark Daly says, in a mirror world, Paramount buys Marvel instead of Disney, and all three companies are better off. No lies spoken there. But I tell you what, we wouldn't have what we've got going on now. Watching all these entities just collapse. Yep, Dr. Megatron, I think you're right. Although there's an argument to be made for a lot of 70s films, right? That'd be like Star Wars. The 30s and 40s were great for movies, though a completely different animal. Yeah, I agree. Well, again, you have to remember, every time that we have some kind of war recovery or some kind of rejuvenation, and I don't know who to credit for this because it's been part of conversations I've been having, but you had these great epic musicals and these extravaganzas, these event films, stuff like that. We haven't had, think of it, the little Blue People movie, the Avatar sequel that came out. That wasn't an event movie. It was big in China, but I'm starting to believe that box office, despite it being the best scoreboard we have, is even more misleading than we realize or recognize. And that was reinforced last night on the Late Night Culture Show by Toxic Man Flu and Tom and everybody else that was there. Because even adjusting for inflation's incorrect when it comes to judging comparatively from decade to decade the popularity of a film, because tickets were less expensive broadly as compared to inflation. than they are now, which hides the facts that the number of butts and seats is substantially different. And again, I had that conversation and even did a video on it, I think, way back in the day, but it's even more exaggerated now because ticket prices have gone up so much more. It's the same problem Disney has, right? Disney can claim, well, we're making a profit in the theme parks, but you have fewer people in those parks. This was one of the deadest. Right now, this May has been crazy rough for Disney when it comes to that. Truly. It's really bad. That's cool. It's like, you just stop because everything doesn't need a sequel. Exactly. I mean, one-off films are fine. Some of them are great, right? So, okay, so Get Shorty, good film. The second one, unnecessary. There's a lot of stuff like that. Yeah, Grums has been doing a great job covering the decline of gaming. Yeah. Jason Webster says, it's ironic the Acolyte is set during the Let's Get High Republic when Disney is experiencing its lowest era. That's right. Well, they actually did it to themselves. Okay, so one of my earliest videos was on Project Luminous, which is what was revealed to be the Let's Get High Republic. I don't think I can recall ever being so stunned and disappointed. And it went worse from there. I mean, I was rather critical covering that announcement, but you know, it has no teeth. I mean, kids love dinosaurs. That's what they think of Star Wars. Okay. Didn't work out well. Not going to. And the Acolyte's going to get shredded. We're coming up on Acolyte Day, aren't we? Isn't that like June 9th or something, if I remember? Something like that. Richard Brixtus says, is it true there will be a Riddick sequel? Oh, reportedly, yes. Yes, they're working on it. It's a true story. Yep. Anthony Jacobs says, but it's okay with you content creators like you and all those in the spirit that you guys are creating it entertainment that I'm flocking to. A lot of people are. Okay, so like you've pointed out something that even more people are talking about is that YouTube is the ultimate streaming platform. And YouTube only continues to shoot itself in the foot every time it censors or limits or shadows me or whatever it is they call it, right? They're ruining their bottom line, you know, and they can't, you know, they're limiting the ad sales they can make and everything else. Don't know why. And yeah, I mean, like gas passed in the wind, Avatar was there and gone. USSR Bot says, the wife and I watched Eye of the Needle with Donald Sutherland, and it was great. Donald Sutherland's incredible. Great actor. His son, not bad either. Yeah. Alien, 1979. Yes. Celadius Serena. Indeed. Empress M says, I maintain that approximately or about 80% of patrons have walked away from theatrical. You know, I had a conversation with Vic in the background. And Victor Fontaine. And I think it's about 20% are just not going to movies anymore. And I can tell you that yesterday I talked to two of them who are just not going to movies because there's nothing good in the movies. They don't see the value in spending $15 to $18 to go to a film each. I mean, by the time you're out the door for two people, it's a $50 date to see a film. There's no movie worth that. But I would say about 20% have permanently walked away, and the other parties are waiting for a compelling film, something, an event film. So I think that's more likely. Cavatanio Cabaret makes a point on the gaming front. Says Microsoft is lucky they backed Pocket Pair and not have meddled with Palworld. Yeah. If they do meddle with that, it's going to screw everything up. Don't do it. Spencer's starting to look like a complete idiot over there at Xbox. And they brought in a woman who sounds like she doesn't know what the freak she's talking about. Peach Fan Ann asks a great question. You know how they say renters don't care about the property as a homeowner? No, that's true. So is Disney just renting then? Kind of, yeah. Well, at least that's kind of how I think Iger thinks about it, right? I think that's a good observation. Truly. You know, Robin P., I'm an advocate for this as well. You know, if the theaters report numbers to Nielsen, they report the total tickets sold, in addition to the money, that would, again, it would show this massive difference between then and now, right? Even a decade ago. You go back a decade, 2014, right? You go back a decade, and I guarantee you more tickets were sold for films, even though the box office wasn't nearly as impressive. You've had a couple of things happen, massive increases in ticket prices, and again, I talked about this in a video and a while back, and the inflationary difference on top of it all. They're spending more money than ever on films, but getting lesser returns. Doesn't make sense. I think Avengers Endgame, which was largely shot in the UK, had to release all of its numbers for its production. That film was one of the most expensive, if not the most expensive film in history. They didn't make as much money as we thought on that movie. That's it. You had 77 different characters, Marvel characters, on screen in that film. Heroes, villains. It cost them an extraordinary amount of time and money. And the question was it worth it? Was that event film worth it? Well, was it worth it in the sense that they did make money on it, but not much. You guys are doing lots of these panda jokes. I love it. Hey, it's the real Sean Cromell. Good to see you. You guys are doing funny with this panda stuff. I love it. Hey, Aurora Uplinks is like, have a like. Well, thank you. Away from keyboard. Awesome. Thank you, my friend. All right, we're going to start wrapping it. I will have a little bit of time before Midnight's Edge in the morning, and I think after that I'm going to record my video on the death rattle of Doctor Who because of Dismal Disney. I think that'll be fun. When we lost Roger Corman, we talked a little bit about that last night. You just need guys like him or Glenn Larson or people who just want to entertain. They'll take somebody else's concept, reform it into something else, and repackage it and put it into a great series. Right? We need a new Buck Rogers. We need a new anything, right? Oh, yes, this is absolutely true. We got one more super chat I'm going to jump on right now, which you guys can hit the like button on. help out Is This Live with another Canadian $5. It says, great. Now I have Kansas running through my mind with the lyrics, gas in the wind. All we are is gas in the wind. Oh. Anyway, thank you for that. Now I've got it in my head, and so do you. Probably going to get a claim for that. It's fine. Donald Sutherland, a great actor. Yeah, he was incredible in JFK. I was like, dude, he's still got the chops, man. Yes. Dice Media Group says more than $50 easy. It's close to $100 to take a real date. Then you have to eat. Guys are the ones to buy the tickets and eats. And if you're dating once a week, that's $48K a year. $48K a year is the average. Is no. Once a week. 52 weeks in a year at $100. Huh. Interesting. It'd be 5,200, right? I don't know. It's crazy. Oh, what did Odin say, Dr. Megatron, on that today? I think he said one of the Apes movies did 12 million tickets compared to the new Ape movie, which said did sell less, going to make more cash. I will take a look at it. Indeed. All I know is it's still trending lower than the other films, except for the first one. But again, adjusted for inflation and ticket prices, I don't know. I'm going to work up a spreadsheet that does it so I don't have to think about it because, yeah. You think they're going to reboot Flash Garden? I can almost guarantee it. Is M Tax Shark here? Why don't I see M Tax Shark? If you are, it's good to see you, M Tax Shark. Mexican Iron Man. Okay, this is definitely the last super check, so I do need to get ready for the next show. New show, Fall Guy Casino. Watch as culture travels the worlds and base jumps off the tallest buildings, ones in like Dubai. The catch, no parachutes, no cables, and no landing air stunt pillows to land. I don't know if that sounds good. It sounds very, very bad. Now, if I had one of those, what do you call them? Squirrel suits or whatever, flying squirrel suits. Maybe flight suits, whatever they're called. Maybe if I like the slide. Did they ever do that stunt where the guy did that and landed on the slide with no parachute, just kind of skimmed his face down the thing? I don't know. I know that Travis Pastrana jumped from an airplane with no parachute and landed in a net, a giant net. He did break both legs, I think, though. Doesn't sound fun. None of that sounds good. But thank you, Mikey, for the $10 super chat. Mexican Iron Man is the absolute best. Oh, not exact math there. Yeah, I don't know. 100 times 52, 5,200. Yeah. All right, we got to get out of here. Yeah, it's a squirrel suit. Okay, fair enough. Flying squirrel suit. All right, we got to get out of here, guys. Okay, Midnight's Edge in the morning is coming up next. You don't have to do anything. You will automatically be redirected there. Magically, one of my favorite words. And, yeah. I'm going to go find out why my Slack is blowing up. Anyway, as always, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, and until next time, see ya.